Hello, Saskia here from Devotional Goddess. Are you noticing how uncomfortable it is to be in quarantine? And what are you learning from it? It's okay that we're uncomfortable. That's as part of what this time is about, is for us to sit with things that we normally don't get to sit with because of the general busyness of life. Some of the various podcasts I've been listening to, there's one that really stuck in my mind. There's always something that resonates and that the consciousness holds on to. And for me, what I really heard was, are you able to sit in this stillness? Are you able to sit in the discomfort of this time? Or are you filling up your time to be as busy as it was prior to the quarantine? And I think that's such a powerful thing for us to sit with now. Are you a gamer? Are you just delving into video games? Are you delving into the television and just watching more and more TV, catching up on TV time? Or are you able to abstain from switching off? Because that's what the TV does. It stops us thinking. It numbs us. It takes away our discernment, our thinking faculty. And it channels it to a more limited scope. The same with the gaming. It's just this constant rerouting that it is doing rather than sitting with what is truly uncomfortable. And every other weekend I have to myself. And what often comes up for me on these weekends is that wrestle of, now I have time to myself, solely to myself. I have to get so much done. And yet, what is important is that I don't fill my time. And I have this constant wrestle within me and these debilitating moments of overwhelm and anxiety of, I want to achieve something this weekend, but I don't know where to start because it all feels so big. And I think even for those who are not single parenting, I think this is a human condition. I don't think it's just me. But what I have been cultivating for self-preservation over this last 6 months to a year is pausing and allowing myself to sit with what is in my path of least resistance from where I am now. What is in my path of least resistance from where I am now? Because if I go through the day, even when I have the girls, even when I was working full time, and especially now, if I try to push through something that I think I have to be doing, it is so uncomfortable. But when I let it go and just wait for the impulse, set the intention of I need to get this done. Allow me to see when it is the most optimal time for me to do it so that it is with ease. And I do set that intention consciously, subconsciously and consciously in my mind. but then I let it go. For example, this weekend, it wasn't until Monday morning. The girls came home after lunch on Monday. And I found myself getting up at 6 a.m. and I didn't stop until my first client at 10 o'clock, 10:30. And I cleaned, reorganized, purged, just went from room to room, a bit here, a bit there, a bit here, a bit there, just going around. I got so much done. I scrubbed the bathroom floor, I scrubbed the bathroom, I mopped the kitchen, I vacuumed, and I purged at the same time, and I cleaned up and put away, but it flowed, and there was ease and contentment, maybe even joy in a few moments. But it was so satisfying, and I didn't get in my own way. I just let it flow. Every now and then I did get that feeling of, but what about this? You're not getting this done. It's like, no, this is what is coming with ease. This is what I'm getting done now. I'm going to stay on this trajectory. And I just kept going. I knew the rest would fall into place. But I knew if I stopped and tried to go against the grain and go into what my mind was guilting me as to what I was not doing, I've come to learn that doesn't serve me. It's not productive. But what is productive is going with the flow, going with the impulse to get things done. And it is so delightfully easy. Yes, I'm still cultivating this. And yes, this will be part of my lifetime practice. But it is getting easier. This is what I want to share with you, that it is getting easier. The practice of letting the path unfold. So what is in my path of least resistance from where I am now? Write it down. Post it around your home if that is helpful. I made it on mine all pretty. I keep my old calendars and I cut them up at the end of the year or the beginning of the new year, and just leave them in a box full of scraps of images and trimmings and words and landscapes, whatever gives me pleasure to see. Cut up little flowers from pictures, either animated or sketched or real pictures of flowers or trees or whatever it is. Even just generic designs that I'm like, oh, I like that. I like the colors, I like the tones, I like the textures. I save them. I save them for my vision boards. I save them for statements that I wish to laminate, post around my apartment. Put in plain view so that I remind myself of what is important to me in this moment. And it has changed over the years and over the seasons. Recently, I have been focusing on my finances because I came to realize that I am constantly in a mindset of lack. Do I have enough to pay my rent? Do I have enough to pay these bills? And I was constantly penny pinching and counting the pennies in my bank account. And I was like, whoa, every time you're doing that, you're perpetuating that mentality of lack. You don't want to live like this. Change. Think another thought. Put another statement out there in the universe. So I have been mindfully, consciously stating how much I want to see in my bank account, how much I want to have financial ease, I want to have financial freedom. I want to be successful so that I am serving my community and I am able to live in the means that serve me. And I'm changing that internal dialogue. And I'm just focusing on those two things at the moment. My mental state about my finances and what is in my path of least resistance from this point forwards, from where I am now. And these are my 2 points of focus at this time. Because if I take on anything else, the rest gets watered down and I lose my focus point. And it's easy enough to lose my focus point with 2 little ones running around. So I want to stay as focused as I can on what is important to me right now. And I'm choosing just these 2 points to minimize my anxiety and my overwhelm, and to stop my lack. Plug it up. Don't want to live in lack anymore. We all deserve to live in abundance. And I deserve to live in abundance for everything that I do. I want to serve my community. I want to give back to my culture, to my life, to this country, and to anybody else. Whatever country, whatever person in whatever country is benefiting from what I have to offer, I want to be there and be of service. And through that service, I want to earn a living where I can sustain and hold myself, and we each have a right to do that. And this time of quarantine is allowing us to rewrite our destiny. What is it that is going to sustain me in the way that keeps me in balance and does not throw me off balance? This is our birthright, to live in a way that we are balanced and joyful and content. So take this time. Don't fill it up with things that are not going to benefit us in the long run. Be mindful of the choices you are making now, because it is our opportunity to reset. It is our opportunity to build a new chapter, and an exciting one. I can hear my little one calling me. Many, many blessings. Please like and subscribe if this resonates, if this speaks to you. And let me know if there are any other topics you would like me to speak upon. Many blessings. Thank you.